It smells delicious. She's got the white chocolate peppermint lean. All right, so welcome everyone to our Plexology holiday party. We are going to be mixing up some fun cocktails using our favorite Plexus stuff. So if you guys are on the Zoom, let us know in the comments. Maybe be quiet for a second so we can do our little Zoom. Can you let us know in the comments if you're sipping on something tonight? Let us know what you're drinking. Or if you're, just tell us where you're from or something like that if you're not sipping on anything. Same on the Facebook Live. Let us know you're here and where you're tuning in from. And if you're having a beverage with us, we'd love to know what it is. So we are going to kick it off tonight. I see Christine's got some red wine going. We're going to kick it off tonight with Amy Morton. Let's see, where are you? There you are. Are you ready to start it off? I'll go ahead and spotlight you.
Hey, yes, I am. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you perfectly.
Okay, awesome. So I am actually going to mix up a Slim Cosmo. It's kind of become my go-to drink if I'm going to have a drink. I have started using Plexus as my mixers. Anytime I have a drink, I either use Slim or Active or Hydrate pretty much. So it's really easy to travel with your mixers. But anyways, that's just a side note. But like on a Friday night, I love to have a Slim Cosmo. It's really nice because you get the benefits of the Slim in your drink. So, and you also get hydrated, your blood sugar stays balanced, so there's less chance of a hangover. I've noticed that. So anyways, I'm going to use the black cherry lime Slim because I have it and it's delicious. But when I do run out of this, I will go back to using the regular Slim for my Cosmos. So I just usually fill my shaker bottle with about 12 ounces of water, put the Slim in, and just shake it up. And then you have your Slim. And I have found this actually makes enough for 2 drinks, so that's exciting. Okay, so there's the Slim. And I get a glass with ice. I like to use like a big oversized wine glass. And I do a shot of vodka.
Good old Tito's, Texas brand. Shout out to Texas.
So a shot of vodka. Yeah, I'm running low. Uh-oh. And then this is kind of a secret ingredient I like in my Cosmo. I can never say this right. Cointreau? Is that it?
So yeah, does it have an orange flavor, right? Is that an orange liqueur?
It doesn't say orange on it, but
it is. It's an orange liqueur. Cointreau. That's how you say it.
So then I do. It's like maybe a third of a shot, not much, just a little bit. Maybe half of a shot. I don't know, not too much. Then I squeeze in a fresh lime. Sometimes I do 2 or 3 slices, actually. I really love lime, and it tastes really good with the Slim. And then I just pour my Slim and on top of the alcohol, stir it up, and got my Slim Cosmo. It's delicious. And look at the color for the holidays.
I love it. You could even like drop some like frozen cherries in there to make it really festive.
Yeah, totally could.
Yummy.
Yeah. So it's a healthy Cosmo. It's a lot healthier than cranberry.
Do you water it down like normal? Like, do you put in the same amount of water in your Slim that you would if you were drinking?
I used about 12 ounces of water in here, and there's still about 6 ounces left. So I have enough for another drink.
Perfect.
So
I wish I were there.
A quick health tip for the holidays, especially being a personal trainer, I got to throw something in, guys. Don't use being busy as an excuse not to exercise. As a trainer for the past 20 years, I do know people kind of stop in December. My business slows down in December because people don't have time. They're busy, right? I did not have time to exercise today. but I did. I made time. So therefore I didn't get, anything done other than my exercise in those 40 minutes, but I got my exercise in and then I felt better for the rest of the day. And I probably ended up accomplishing more because I did take that time to exercise. So make time to exercise during the holidays. Cheers. And I think I pass it off to either Amy.
It's
John.
it's John. Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't think I really introduced us. We are the Odermatt family. My name's Nicole.
You want to unpin Amy, Nicole?
Sure, I will. Okay, let me see.
We can't, yeah, because we can't see you.
Okay, let me figure that out in a second. There we go. Okay. Remove spotlight. Here we go. Hi, everybody. Now I can see everybody again. There we are. All right, we are the Odermatts. I'm Nicole. This is
Ruby, hi.
and this is my husband, John. And he's going to be making a fun holiday drink, and I'm going to let him do that
Okay.
while I go grab something downstairs real quick.
I'll sit here, mommy.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
Move your stuff.
Okay,
Hi, guys.
so my drink is very easy. All I need is one of these, which is the cranberry apple cider active
I
right
love
there.
it.
Need some hot or warm water, frother, and I like whiskey, so I have some Woodford's Reserve here, just a little bit left, plenty for this. And it's very simple. You just take your active, put it in your hot water,
Daddy.
and froth it up. Could use a mug. I'm kind of burning my hand just so you can see the color. I'm making the sacrifice for you. It's not that bad. There it is. So there's the active. Looks delicious. And all you have to do next is take some of your delicious whiskey or bourbon or rum or whatever you want to put in, and as much as you want to put. Normally like half a shot for me. So there we go. Half a shot. You can take your frother back in, froth it up. And there you have it. Delicious holiday treat.
I love it. I can't believe I've not thought to put bourbon in the apple cider active. That's genius.
And the cool thing about at least I think when you're drinking something like this warm, like your brain like plays a trick on you, at least for me. You think like it's going to subdue you, like a cranberry apple cider drink. You think you're going to be relaxed, but then you get that active. You get that nice little jolt of energy. So it's kind of a nice surprise.
Which is good, especially if you're someone like who maybe like cocktails make you sleepy and you're like, oh, I can't have a cocktail. It'll put me to sleep.
Yeah.
So I love it. Okay, so I know Nicole stepped away for a second. This is Amy. I don't think you guys can see my video, but I want to remind everyone, if your name on the Zoom shows up as an iPhone, I will not be able to put you in the drawings. So change it. Okay, so Nan did hers. Thank you, Nan. There's one other person on here. So it says iPhone. If you can change it, we can put you in for the drawing. Different fun little gifts we're giving away tonight on the Zoom. So just want to put that reminder in there. All right. So I think I'm going to draw. Let me just make sure I get everyone's name in there. We're going to do the first drawing real quick. So why don't you guys drop in the chat while you're waiting for me to do the drawing here? Why don't you put your favorite kind of cocktail, or it can also be a mocktail. So even though we're putting alcohol in all of these, they also can be mocktails. So drop those in the chat and let's see what everybody likes. I myself am a vodka girl, so just about anything with vodka is kind of my go-to. Oh. Don't you just love things that are live when they're not going exactly as you'd hoped?
I'm sharing my screen real
Okay.
quick. You guys can
Okay.
see. Can you guys hear me? So this
Yeah.
is the first drawing. If you guys can see, Amy Morton is giving away a pair of these cozy slipper socks. Is that what you want to call them? They look really nice. So she's giving these away. So this is going to be our first wheel spin winner. And then I am waiting for once
Okay,
Amy's, you're going to send me the link.
Yes, I will.
Okay. And then I'll pull that up.
Just
On
gotta
my,
put everyone's name. Okay. Want to make everything's in here. Oh, I see Debbie, Elena. Hey, friends. Just want to make sure some of the new people's names are in here. We had a couple of iPhones, so people are changing their names, Nicole, to make sure. Heather
Awesome.
P, Holly. Sorry, guys, I don't have my laptop tonight. If you were on earlier, I decided to leave the charger in Texas. I'm in Ohio right now, and my Mac is so old, it will not work unless it has its charger cord. Let's see, Mimi's on here.
You know what, Amy, while you're doing that, John was gonna, he can share a health tip while you finish the
Sure.
wheel spin. Okay.
Sure. Do you want to leave that up or?
Oh.
Yeah, so a health tip and something that is, I think something that's kind of helped me the most with my, at least, maintaining my weight with the help of Plexus is balance and block. And I think being consistent with balance or block during the holidays it's my secret weapon. So as my sister Amy was saying, it's important to remember to work out and get your exercise in. But if you want to go one level higher on that, you okay there, Ruby?
That was my fault. I was trying to get her hair out of her eye and then I poke her eye.
He's okay.
Camera.
Yeah,
There you
remember
go.
if
Go
you're
ahead.
before you have any high carb meals, before you have sweets, if you're going to be drinking beer or any alcoholic drinks, anything like that, remember to take your balance or block. And I mean, I think it's a game changer for me personally.
It's good stuff.
Okay, Nicole, I just sent you the link for the first
Okay.
drawing.
Let me pull it up. There it is. I see it. All right. I'll share this to my screen in just a second. Okay.
Oh, yep, we see it.
You see it? All right, perfect.
Yep.
All right, you wanna come help me spin the wheel?
Okay, what do I do?
We're gonna push, just tap your finger, push down on this. Patty. Yay, Patty.
Yay, congrats. All right, one drawing down, 2 to go.
Patty, send me your address when we get off here and we'll get that out to you. Okay. So Amy, are you ready to do your cocktail?
I am ready to do my cocktail. And look, I have my bottle of block. So listen, if you do not have this for the holidays, like John just said, this is a go-to. I pretty much just take it every day during this week leading up to Christmas because I do like to indulge. And this week I'm going to watch too much TV. I'm going to eat too many Christmas cookies and I'm going to probably have too much wine and I'm not going to feel bad about it because I'm going to supplement to make up for it. Right. So listen, guys, I love using Plexus for cocktails for a couple of reasons. One, it's really, really hard to find any sort of mixer that is healthy. Right. So if you want something that's low sugar, there are not many mixers on the market that do not have aspartame and sucralose. And if you guys know me personally or you follow me on social media, you know that I'm very anti-aspartame and sucralose because it's so bad for you. On the flip side, the only really other options are sodas or juices, and the sugar content in those add up very, very quickly. And even if you don't care so much about that, they can end up making you feel really full after just a couple of cocktails. So that's why I love Plexus. Any of our drinks you can use to mix with for a cocktail. And like Amy Morton said, it actually has the added benefit to keep you from feeling the effects of maybe a hangover if you have one too many drinks. So my drink tonight, even though I have several that I like, I am a vodka girl. So one of my favorites, this is not a holiday drink. This is kind of my Friday nights in the summer or while I'm out by the pool or like at the beach drink. So I love the Starfruit Guava Active. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix one of these up. And again, Active does have caffeine. So if you didn't want, you know, some caffeine at 9 o'clock at night, you could certainly sub this for a slim because there's no caffeine in any of the slims. And I don't think anyone's going to do it tonight, but I'm going to show you guys when I'm done making mine, a couple of my other kind of favorites, just so you can write them in your kind of cocktail list menu. So I make up the slim, or I make up the active. And again, I don't really measure it. So I just put water in this shaker. It's probably like Amy Morton. It's about 12 ounces. Have my little summer cocktail glass. Then in another shaker, and again, I'm at my parents' house, so I don't have like my full bar. But I also really like flavored vodka. So tonight I'm just going to use plain Belvedere. But at my house, a lot of times I'll use coconut vodka or I'll use lemon lime vodka to mix with the Starfruit. Okay, tonight I'm just going to do a shot of the Belvedere. And listen, if you're not fancy, you can literally put the shot in a glass, pour the active over it, stir it, and drink. You don't have to do it as a shaker. So I'm going to put that in the shaker. The other thing I like to add, if you do not have fresh limes, because I don't always have fresh lime, right, if I forget it at the store, but I always have lime juice, a container in the refrigerator. So I added about 4 or 5 squeezes of fresh lime juice in here. Then I'm going to add the active, about half, like Amy Morton said. Water, right? And some water, and then rim it with a little bit of rimming sugar if you want to make it really super fun and festive. But this is my absolute favorite vodka active. It is my good. Oh my goodness, it's so good.
Wow, that looks so delicious.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it. It's my favorite. If I was at home, I would garnish it with like some fresh lime and make it really pretty. But a couple things I want to share before I pass it to the next person. If you guys have not made a slim mimosa, okay, if you like mimosas, but you don't like all the heavy juices like the orange juice, get some champagne, make a slim. Any of the flavors of slim work for a slim mimosa. And then the other thing I want you guys to think about are all the different flavors of kind of vodka and rum so that you can mix. Okay. So man, yeah, you guys love mimosas. Oh, Holly does an active mimosa. That's smart too. If you guys love the pineapple active, Malibu coconut rum is really good in the pineapple active. And then I am obsessed with, Amy made the, what did she make? She made a Cosmo with the black cherry. I'm obsessed with the black cherry. I like to mix it with cherry vodka, but then I like to put it in the blender. So it's like a slushy. So it's like a cherry lime vodka slushy. It is delicious. Also, guys, I have this vodka. It's an acai blueberry vodka. Hydrate is also acai blueberry. So there's so many different combinations, and you can even mix the hydrate with your active. So a lot of times in the summer, you know, if you go on vacation or you're by the pool, you probably don't always get enough water in. I didn't used to. I actually had to buy a 50-ounce water jug specifically for when I go to the beach to make sure I drink enough water. Well, if you add hydrate to your cocktails, you can either add a half a scoop or a whole scoop. You're going to be hydrated as you're drinking your cocktails, and it tastes really, really, really good. So those are my cocktails tonight. My healthy tip though is before you go to some places where you know there's going to be lots of treats and food, eat at home first. You don't want to go someplace at all of the holiday parties this week on an empty stomach. Now, I do want you guys to indulge because that's the great thing about the holidays. I want you to eat grandma's pie and, you know, Aunt Susie's cheesy casserole. But if you don't go to where you're starving, you'll be able to watch your portions and maybe have one cookie instead of 8 cookies. And again, do not forget your block. And really, don't forget any of your plexus. You know, Amy said people use the holidays as an excuse to not work out. A lot of times people use the holidays as an excuse to not take their plexus. People are like, oh, forget it. I'm going to eat bad and I'm not going to exercise. I'm not going to take my plexus. I'll just do it. I'll start over in January. You're just setting yourself back even further. So take your plexus. It's okay if you eat the pie. It's okay if you drink the wine, but still take your supplements so you don't get that further behind in your health over the next couple of weeks. All right, back to you, Nicole.
Awesome. So I love that tip, by the way. And it's so true because I've had so many people just say like, I'm not going to order this month, or I'm just going to, you know, start over in January or whatever, you know, after Thanksgiving or something. They're like, it's just, you know, it's not going to do anything if I take my products while I'm eating bad and drinking. Actually, it is. It's going to do all the things, keep you in balance. It's what, yeah, it helps.
It's going to keep you healthy, and it's going to keep that immunity boosted. In fact, my dad yesterday, he was like, you know, kind of got a little bit of a sniffle. He said, and had that happened years ago, I would have had a cold for at least 10 days. He's like, now it's almost already gone. And he's like, I think it's because I take my plexus every single day. And I'm like, yeah, because your gut is super healthy. So your immunity is really strong. So it's more than just, you know, eating healthy and our waistline over the holidays.
So true. So true. And the same goes for vacation. We take our stuff like religiously on vacation too. We don't skip that. So, okay, I'm gonna, you know what, Amy, while you're sipping on your drink and I start doing my drink, will you get ready for the next wheel spin that we're gonna do on the Zoom? You can put everyone's name that's on here on the Zoom again. And then the third wheel spin I'm gonna do is gonna be just for the Facebook Live people, okay? So for the Facebook Live people, before I get started, I'm gonna pin myself here, hold on, there we go. Okay, for everyone that's on the Facebook Live, I want you to comment on the live, the answer to this question, whatever you think the answer is. And then at the end, I'll go and look at the comments and we'll add you to a wheel spin and choose one of you guys. Okay, so my question is, what percentage, without looking this up, do not Google it, what percentage of people exercise on Christmas Day? I want to hear your answers, and you guys can answer it in the Zoom too. You can put it in the chat, just give your guesses. But this, the answer to this question is going to give us all the people that I'm going to spin for the last prize. Our last prize this evening, let me pull that up for you real quick. We have 2 prizes to give away. I'll show them both right now. Just a second. Okay, here we go. Sorry about that. So we have, this is the last prize I'm going to give away for people on the Facebook Live. We're giving away these whiskey, or well, they're not just for whiskey, but ice balls, ice spheres. So you basically fill it with water, you put it in the freezer, and it's really great for when you're sipping spirits of some kind that you want to be kind of like, have it kind of chilled, but you don't want the ice melting into the drink. These are awesome. John loves them. So we'll pull that winner last, but the winner that Amy's going to pull next after I finish my drink, she's going to pull one. She's giving away a cute beanie. Now, if a guy wins this, we will totally send you a guy style beanie, not this girl's one, but I thought these were cute. So this is going to be our next giveaway. So get excited. All right, I'm going to go ahead and switch back to me. One second here. Whoops. Oh no, that was an accident. Okay, don't look at that. Sorry about that. I accidentally spun the wheel, and that's not even the right list because we're going to need a new list. Oh, Christine, sorry, that was a fake out. Okay. So I'm going to be making a hydrating cocktail because, you know, while you're going through the holidays, a lot of times we're so busy, we're shopping, we're eating all the things, we're at all the parties, and we forget to drink water, right? You got to keep drinking your water. So try to stay hydrated. Don't go off your hydration goals just because it's, you know, Christmas Day, Christmas Eve, whatever. But something that can help you counteract that dehydrating effect of alcohol. I know we're drinking alcohol, you know, whatever, but at least this helps balance it out a little bit more. Hydrate. We're going to make a hydrate margarita. I'm doing it from the canister, but you might have the packets. So I'm just going to do 1 scoop. And no, honey, I'm going to do it. This is an adult drink. And I'm going to throw it in my cocktail shaker. And I put about, I think, 6 ounces of water in here. And really, it doesn't matter too much, like how much you're putting in. I would say 8 ounces or less. I usually do about, you know, anywhere like between 3 and 6 ounces. When I'm mixing my Plexus with a cocktail, I try to use a smaller amount of water than I normally would for like a regular hydrate. I'm going to use a more concentrated amount when I'm making a cocktail because I'm going to be mixing it with some alcohol. And you just want more of a little bit of a concentrated flavor to kind of go against the taste of the alcohol. So first, I'm going to rim my glass. Have some fresh limes that I cut up earlier. The little one there. So my favorite drink, for those of you that don't know, is a margarita. Okay, you can have that. So I'm just taking I cut a little slice in the lime, and so you can just rim the glass with it. And then I brought my salt. You could do sugar if you want instead. Salt the rim of the glass. And I love to make active margaritas. I like slimmaritas. I have different recipes for those. And this, I wouldn't say is like necessarily a recipe. Like I said, I just kind of eyeballed it and put some water in here, about 4 to 6 ounces. Same with the liquor. I'm not going to lie. I'm not really a big measurer on liquor. I just kind of eyeball and pour. And so I'm going to do, you could do like Amy had, the Cointreau or triple sec, whichever one you want. So I'm just going to throw some triple sec in here because I actually had this chilled. This will be nice and cold. And, you know, usually about a ½ ounce to an ounce of the triple sec is good. Now we got to add the good stuff. Nope.
Yeah.
Whoops. Of course, all the distractions because she has huge FOMO and she can't miss anything. So she had to be on this with us. You know what? This is a smashed Milky Way. This is not a good idea. Can you find something different?
She's like our junior ambassador.
Yeah, probably not the best call to have her on, but I mean, I don't know. It's the holidays. I couldn't really say no. She
It's
wants to
okay.
be on
You're not
party.
giving it to her.
Yeah, we had the holiday baking party last week, and it was a day where she was really tired. She really needed to go to bed, and I had her go up to bed before we started the baking thing, and she was pretty upset. So didn't want to do that again. All right, so I got tequila. Now, don't be too concerned with, yeah, that's fine. With if you're using silver or gold or whatever. I typically, we just like this one. The Hornitos Plata is usually one of our go-tos here. We often do silver. We usually have gold in the house, so whatever, don't worry too much about it. And then, you know, do about 1.5 ounces, 2 ounces is usually good for the tequila on that. I actually think I went a little light, so I'm gonna put some more. It's the holidays. And then we're just gonna shake it. Oh, I gotta add my lime juice. So earlier, I did some fresh lime juice here. I'm gonna add a little bit more. I only did 2/2 of a lime. Amy, Amy Morton, I think this came from your grandmother's house, this lime juicer here.
I love it.
I think it might have been Grandma Odermatt's.
Yeah, I think it looks familiar. I bet it looks like it did. I think we used to use that for oranges a lot, actually.
Yeah.
It's love that you also are using that. Amy and I just like squeeze it with our bare hands. Look at you, very fancy. I like it.
All right, so we're gonna pour that in. shake it up, and then we're gonna add some ice. So I'm gonna give the answer to that question I gave you guys earlier with what percentage of people actually exercise on Christmas. I'll give you that answer in just a second. But the other thing I wanted to mention is I learned something recently was that Italians actually, most Italians have a habit of actually going for a walk after their dinner, which is super smart. And apparently it really helps with kind of keeping the insulin and balancing your blood sugars, keeping all that in check, and just helps with a better digestion. So smart idea. As often as you can, maybe try to take a walk after dinner. I feel like that's a kind of a hard thing to do, but I want to do it. Like it's, I don't know, maybe when it gets nicer in the spring, I'll try to keep that as a habit in the spring or summer. So the answer to the question, I'm going to have to see where we are in the comments so people don't.
People are guessing. It's pretty
I'll
low
give it-
percentages.
You know what? I'll give it right at the end. I'll give it right at the end before we hop off, then I'll know. Well, no, I guess we got to add the names. Should I pull that one live or wait till the end? What do you think?
You can go ahead. It's up to you.
Okay, so let's see. I'm looking at the comments to see if there's a ton in here. There's only a couple comments on the Facebook Live. So guys, if you're on the Facebook Live, can you answer the question, what percentage of people do you think work out on Christmas? And then we'll actually pull that live because I'll give you guys another 2 minutes to answer. And then Amy, if you want to set up a second wheel spin, could you do that by chance? Or is that too hard?
From the Facebook Live?
Yeah, from the Facebook Live comments.
Yep, I could do it. Did you already draw the second person for?
I didn't. Well, we could do that
Okay.
right now real quick if you have it ready. You want to do that?
It's in our message. I sent it to you.
I could
Perfect.
do it. I could do it.
Well, 1 second. I'm going to share the screen,
Okay.
Ruby, as soon as I have it on my. Oh, okay, I see it now. Sorry about that. And then I'll pour my drink after I pull this name. So this is going to be for the beanie. 1 second, hon. I'm going to share my screen. Find my button. It's like too big. There we go.
It's
Okay.
spinning.
So now you're going to go ahead and push down. Here we go. We have a winner. It's Nan. Yay.
Here's mine.
She's on there. All right. We will send us your address and we will get that out to you. Okay. Let me get back to this drink. So I have my hydrate, my triple sec, my tequila, and my lime juice. And I'll get my ice in here. Now, you could shake up your drink, ideally, shake up your drink with some ice in it to chill it and everything. But actually, I had both of my liquors in the fridge already chilling. Everything was pretty cold already, so I wasn't too worried about that. And I had ice cold water in here. And then I'm just going to pour it right over ice. And I'm going to add something a little festive at the end. You guys, I was drinking this when this hydrate came out in the summer, and I got really into drinking the hydrate margaritas this summer. That beautiful color too.
So one thing, I don't know if people know, but when the science team under Dr. Hartman and research and development get together at corporate to come out with a new stick or a new drink, they formulate them to all be mixed with the others. Okay. So like when Hydrate came out, they formulated it so it would taste good with both Plexus microbiome and Plexus hunger control or slim hunger control and both of the actives. And so when the greens came out, they did the same thing. They formulate the flavor so it'll taste good if you mix it with Hydrate and Active and both of the slims. So it's really kind of cool that they're actually made to be mixed together and you get all these different flavor combinations. We're getting to be kind of like Sonic. Isn't it like Sonic that says 8 billion drink combinations? We're kind of getting there with all of our different Plexus flavors and I love it.
Yes, I love the Plexology. And I was just thinking too, with the hydrate formula, I didn't always add in the summer. I wasn't always adding the salt because there's already sea salt in hydrate. You're already getting that flavor in there. So you don't need to add the extra salt. And even better, you could do a sugar rim. And when I say sugar, I would suggest doing like monk fruit sugar sweetener. That is really good, like a healthier alternative to do on the rim of the glass.
Yeah, that's a really, really good idea.
I'm going to add, I have some frozen cranberries. And you could even just do, a little half cup of frozen cranberries as your ice if you don't have ice or something. But this makes it a lot more festive, with the cranberries.
I love it.
We usually have these in the frozen section this time of the year. They also have them usually fresh this time of the year, November and December. So there you have it. This is my hydrating cranberry margarita.
Love it. So I really want all you guys to think outside the box. I saw some of the favorite drink combinations in the chat. Somebody mentioned Fireball and ginger ale. So I would challenge you to take Fireball and mix it with something of Plexus. I really like the Fireball with the apple cider active. I actually don't think that active tastes like apple cider at all. I think it tastes more like a spice, like a mulled spice, like a holiday spice drink.
I agree.
So I challenge all you guys to find a healthier version. Amy and Nicole and I were talking earlier, trying to figure out what drinks we were going to make. And I, over the holidays, like kind of a boozy coffee or a boozy hot cocoa. And you could totally make that with lean and your alcohol instead of, like hot cocoa that's full of sugar, or Swiss Miss is full of chemicals. You could totally just make your lean hot cocoa and then I like to add peppermint vodka and Bailey's to that over the holidays. So I challenge all of you guys to try to find a healthier Plexus version of your favorite holiday cocktail and then share it with us. We will share all of these recipes on the pages so you guys have them. But if you have some, definitely share them with us too.
I realized I wasn't on the spotlight earlier, so I'm just showing the color of my drink if you guys couldn't see it with the cranberries. So yes, I think we're ready for the last drawing. What do you think?
What's that?
Do we need a minute?
I can manage.
Oh, you're muted. All right, I'm gonna check my inbox and see if it's there. Oops, let's see. Hey, Amy, can you talk? I can't hear you. Oh, she's probably fixing up the wheel.
I was sorry. Yeah. So let me send you the wheel. There were only 3 people on the Facebook Live that commented.
Oh,
so
my goodness.
I know,
Okay.
it's just their 3 names. And it's funny though, their percentages that they guessed are much higher than the people on the Zoom guess.
Oh, wow. I was going to say, should we add in the Zoom people? But I guess we already promised just the Facebook Live people to get their own, huh?
That's right. So let me just grab it.
Okay.
I'll send it to you.
Okay. So you guys, we've done these happy hour type Zooms for maybe people that were thinking about trying Plexus or people we just wanted to share Plexus with. We started doing these back in 2020 when things were, shut down. We were all at home and doing the virtual thing, and we did a lot of fun happy hours. So you guys can do these. I know pretty much everybody on here is someone that is probably already doing Plexus as a customer, or you're on our team or whatnot, but these are really fun to do and invite people to and have a little party. You could do these in your home, share samples of the drinks by themselves, like the Hydrate and the Slim and the Active by itself, and then also mix them into some fun drinks, just like we shared here. So I am going to go ahead and spin the wheel. If you guys have any questions, I'm going to check the chat really quick before I spin the wheel. Oops, I can't see the screen.
Okay.
Aw. Christine said she loves you.
Thanks, Christine.
Checking out these percentages. So people are saying 7%, 3% of people exercise on Christmas. 15, 10, 5, 8, 4, 1%. Someone says, not me. I love it. Great guesses.
But over on the Facebook Live though, they were guessing 48% and
Holy
20.
moly.
Yeah, they're really giving people the benefit of the doubt for their holiday exercising.
I don't believe any of that.
I don't
All right.
either.
All right,
Wait,
hold
let
on,
me-
Ruby, 1 second. I gotta share the screen. I can't see my button. Do.
And the other thing I love, so I remember while you're getting ready to do that, I'll tell a quick story. I remember when I first started Plexus, I was like a super skeptic. I didn't really do supplements. And so I can remember thinking these crazy Plexus people probably didn't even drink coffee, let alone cocktails. So I
Right,
love
yeah.
doing these happy hours to like introduce Plexus to people so they know like, oh, it actually fits well within your lifestyle. Like you can still have cocktails and you can still enjoy what you like. It's not some,
Oh my
crazy
goodness.
diet.
If I thought I had to give up alcohol to do Plexus, I wouldn't be here right now.
No, game over. Game over.
I'm not gonna lie. All right, I think, can you guys see me? I mean, see my screen?
Yes.
Perfect. All right, Ruby. Oh, we got Betty, Suzanne, and Chris. That's it. All right, here you go. Go ahead, Ruby. Push the button down.
Yeah.
It's moving slow. Oh, it stopped. Betty. Yay, Betty. Move out of the way for a second. So I can.
Oh, I love it. Mimi just
You
had
guys
her
see
5
Betty?
year. Mimi just had her 5-year Plexiversary. So happy Plexiversary, Mimi. She said she was super skeptical too.
Yay for 5 years.
Love it.
We're back on. Okay, perfect. All right, so congratulations to Betty, Nan, and Patty tonight winning all the prizes. Make sure you get your addresses in. I am the one sending the ice sphere, so I'll get your address, Betty. So this was fun. Thank you guys for attending. I think we are ready to call it a night. If anyone else wanted to say anything, let me know.
Thought it was fun. Thank you guys. And I'm sure we will have another one maybe here in the new year with some new fun recipes.
Yeah, thanks for being on, guys. Sorry, it's really
Bye.
loud in my house, so I couldn't talk a whole lot, but thank you for being on. Hope
Everyone
you
have a
guys
great
enjoyed
week.
it.
Thanks, guys. Have a great night and
Have a great night.
happy holidays. Merry
Happy
Christmas.
holidays. Merry
Bye,
Christmas.
guys.
Bye.
Bye. Cheers.